Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we talk all things reality TV or whatever. Period. Period. I'm your host, Pharaoh. We are joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. Lee, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm
Doing
feeling a
good.
little tipsy.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
hey,
But I'm
hey,
here.
hey. All right.
Ooh, very urban intro. Ooh,
Very
have
urban.
some class, darling. Have some class.
Now, I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. We're just happy because Abby and Will is out.
Oh no! Oh no! Child, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. No shade to Abby and Will. Shout out to y'all.
Love
Y'all
y'all.
did y'all thing.
Hey, did y'all big one?
Y'all did y'all big one. Y'all's big one. But out of any team that we were not sad to see go, I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. Abby and Will, child, I was.
Not God.
And then it was a non-elimination leg.
You won all day.
Like I really think, because at the end of the day, y'all have to realize my Glinda and Lamama stands out there.
We're holding
if
on.
Abby and Will didn't leave,
it would have been bad.
Mother and father would have been out.
And I didn't want
and
that.
I would have had to cancel this podcast. So you know, Abby and Will, see what you see. Things happen. Everything happened for a reason. They probably have big opportunities coming. They got to travel the world together. Hopefully they get married. I know that was kind of part of their storyline, the little bit that we did get. So hopefully he pops that little question, and they have a blessed life. Amen.
I just like to say we're prophets because we were kind of hinting at they needed to go. Mm-hmm. And I mean, hey, maybe.
And we will predict the next person getting out as well, because I have a feeling. I got a feeling.
Woo! I was not on the right note
at all, but it's okay. Let's
get
to this episode, child.
Off the episode, child. And they begin at the Citadel of Jordan. That's where they're going to start off or whatever. And in the Citadel, they're all lined up, and it's like, ooh, all lined up. And
very dramatic.
Luis and Michelle, shout out to y'all because y'all be listening.
Shout out to Luis and Michelle.
Look, I already done said it. Luis' fine daddy looking ass was like, ooh, if Phil has us here, then we need to listen because clearly Phil's trying to tell us some tea. So they're all lined up, and Abby and Will are not.
First of all, this is so dramatic. I didn't feel like maybe it could have been a different way they did this.
No, and I like how they did it because it was kind of. We'll get into it. Phil lets them know Abby and Will. He FaceTime. Okay, it was dramatic. Because why you FaceTime them?
He's in the center. He's in the center of them, basically in a half circle. He literally FaceTime Abby and Will. Abby and Will.
Like we're in class and we got to show the class.
Mind you, only he can see them.
Right.
And then they have them up on the screen. And then they're up on the screen. It looks like in separate rooms, I guess.
That's what I was thinking. But what if only one of them has the COVID?
Maybe so. Maybe so. It could be that.
Because I was like, why are they separated?
But imagine that. But it's really interesting because you remember, I don't know if CBS rules, Big Brother rules apply to all CBS shows. Because remember, basically, we saw from BB Can 8, people who know Big Brother Canada 8, basically someone caught COVID. Well, because of COVID, they shut the season down. And the thought process is, especially in a COVID, reality world, potentially if one person catches it, they'll just shut the whole damn season down. But it's really interesting because I feel like we saw it in the challenge because Casey recently got removed in return for getting COVID. And then they just plucked them out of the cast for having COVID. It's really interesting because they've all had contact with this person, but I guess it's just the knowledge. It's like, well, girl, if the test is negative, you're good to go. But false positives happen.
They do. And they could have been this case. And you know what? Sorry.
That sucks. That really does suck.
It does.
Like that's really life in a post-COVID world. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this happens several times moving forward until, unless COVID just starts being seen as like nothing.
Yeah. Which could happen.
They damn near act like it. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because the fact
Texas, so
that's the thing, COVID is definitely still a thing, and these people are still racing around the world. It's so random how sometimes they have their mask on, sometimes that mask is off, bitch. But bitch, I'm sorry. I'm not anti-mask. However, I'm not gonna be running no damn race with a mask on my face. That's not gonna happen.
Bitch. No, because I used to hate is like wanting to go to the gym because who can breathe? It's not me.
But that's why she has her vaccine. She has her vaccine. She has her boosters.
You bitches who say you can't breathe and I don't like wearing a mask because I can't breathe, shut it up. Shut it down because, bitch, I'm a bitch with asthma. And I can can breathe fine unless I'm running a race. Then I'm gonna be like, wait a minute. Okay, but y'all, so we start off the episode. Phyllis letting them know Abby and Will are not gonna be here. So this will not be an elimination leg. But what I did like about this, and what I liked about him having them all there, is that essentially they're gonna start at the same time, even though they've been doing this race for this long. Because of this discrepancy, he's like, we're gonna use this race as an important determining factor for the rest of the leg.
It's like a reset almost.
It's a reset. And I like that they use this as an opportunity to have this reset, because it's essentially like, I mean, sure, you might have been doing well and now it's not an elimination, but your consequence for it not being an elimination is that even if you were first last time, it doesn't matter. You got to, we're going to reset it. So they're all going to start at the same time. And this round will determine how they're going to leave in the next leg of the race. So the first two teams are going to leave first, and then there's going to be 15 minutes. Then the next two teams are going to leave, and then the same thing, the next two teams, and then there's going to be one team left. That team is leaving 45 minutes after the first two teams. And that's one sole team. And that one sole team, who we now know,
it's so dark-sided. It's so dark-sided because I mean I feel like we've seen it like, well, one, there's not that many spaces left. You know, you have to be the top 6 teams next round, and the fact that you have them leave 45 minutes like after the first team, it's really bad. It's really bad for my face. I don't like this.
Child. So everyone gets to going and everyone gets gone. So they race off, they get their little clue, and the clue says that this entire leg is going to be a foot race. So the first thing you have to do is foot race to the Al Jahit bookstore. If I said that wrong, I'm so sorry.
It's the Maktabat Khazanet.
Whatever it might be. That. Let me pull these folks up real quick. And they will be foot racing all the way there. Now, one thing about me is if I gotta run in the hot heat of Jordan, I'm gonna be mad because it's hot out there. That sun was beaming, and that's just on the screen. Imagine being out there; it's on the back of your neck. Can't do it. Couldn't be me. So we see Lamumba and Glinda have a diary room, and they essentially talk about hopefully we can finally get some a leg up, because this whole time we've been in last place for the last 3 rounds. We've been struggling, so hopefully this time we can definitely get out of that last
and it's like, why did they play? This didn't even have to be shown, because obviously y'all seen the goddamn episode. Y'all know what Glinda and Lamumba placed, and if you haven't seen the episode, look at the damn screen, okay?
And if you can't see the screen, they got last.
They got last, and it's bullshit. It's like, don't do that, Amazing Race producers. I feel like Phil has something to do with this. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like this because y'all played in their face, because y'all know what happened this episode. Because, girl, when I tell you that Mega Leg fucked them up so bad, they still suffering from that Mega Leg.
So nasty. Girl.
COVID really helped them out this episode. No shade.
Did. So, and hey, look, that's, hey. So, we quickly see that everybody starts looking for directions, and it's kind of clear that in Jordan, it seems like they're struggling a little bit more here than they were in the other places to get them directions, because everyone is struggling. Like, they're asking people, people aren't really answering. They're like, "Are you speaking English?" And it's like, these people are not really giving them the answers they need. But quickly we find that the brothers, Michael and Marcus, which they are icons. Shout out to them.
Love them.
They have quickly found some directions. So as soon as they find directions and they head off, DX is like, I guess we're following them.
Right. Because one thing DX know is that Michael and Marcus is where the money at.
Fuck they going. So DX and Claire decided they're going to follow them. And quickly they realize that it's kind of like
duos. Because the twins is with the brothers, which shut out. I love this duo. Period. The brothers and the twins, like, they just sit together for real. Period.
Siblings.
Love to see it, bitch.
DX and Claire ends up with Aubrey and David.
And then Big Brother, bitch, DX thought he was on Big Brother for a second. He gonna talk to David, talk about some, it looks like everyone's duoing up. Let's stick together, guys. Mind you,
I love this.
Mind you, it's definitely Big Brother, because everyone stuck together when it came to their duo and their detour. Big Brother said, "Fuck all of that. We're gonna choose what we want."
and move along. So we see La Mama and Glinda on their own, kind of looking for directions on their own, trying to figure out where they need to go.
And
And
it's like,
then,
why they alone? That shit pissed me off. Like, y'all gotta run up behind somebody. Like, come on. I would have been on somebody's ass, bitch. Y'all teaming up. We finna be a trio, ho.
we finna be a trio. Oh, I guess
I don't mind being a third wheel, bitch. I'll be a third wheel.
One thing about being Liz, we was gonna have to follow somebody because
somebody was getting followed. But see, I feel like we definitely would have followed Marcus and Michael just like the rest. See, we would have been smart.
Very much so.
I would right there with Molly and them. As most as possible. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. The big group. The big four.
The big four. Another big four.
We see David and Aubrey and DX and Claire. They try to kind of divert away from the siblings quattro. So they start looking for directions from another person, and that other person's like, "Ooh, girl, if y'all just go around there, y'all get there." So they kind of got ahead of them a little bit.
Yeah.
And Michael and Marcus was like, where they go? And then they were like, oh, they're ahead of us. What the hell?
Yeah, they came out of nowhere.
They had to pick it up. And this is when we get the reminder that Emily leg is still sprained, y'all.
My thing is, where the fuck is the Amazing Race paramedics? Like, she should have been checked out in between legs.
She didn't have nothing wrapped up.
They trying to set my sisters up, and I don't like that. They trying to set them up, and it's gonna piss me off. Get my sister a goddamn icy hot, so she can be good. This ain't Survivor. Where's the goddamn doctor?
ASAP. Now. So yes, Emily leg is sprained, and it's like, this is a foot leg. I know when they heard foot leg, they were like, damn. Because I'd be like, what the fuck? But we move. So we then see that Luis and Michelle are kind of teamed up a little bit with Quentin and Maddie. So it was really duos all together, except
and you know, Quentin and Maddie and Luis and Maddie, they've been a duo before, so this is nothing new for them.
On brand. So DX and Claire and Aubrey and David, they make it to like the city-ish area. It's a lot of cars, a lot of people, a lot of buildings, and they're over here asking people for their phone. They're like, "Can I see your phone?"
Right.
So Derek done grabbed the people's cell phone, type it in the map. Like, damn.
Which I ain't think they can do that. I didn't know they could do like other people's tools. Like, no, like they're gonna find this damn shit.
I remember, I think I remember an old Amazing Race of somebody like using a computer similar to what Luis did this episode. And when
I didn't think you can do that.
I was like, I forgot they could do that.
Mind you,
that with you.
Who is giving randoms on the street my damn phone? Not I.
I'll do it if they're on TV. It's a big ass camera. You gotta remember, think behind the lens. They're being followed by these big ass cameramen with big ass cameras.
You're right.
I'll be like, ooh, let me get on TV real quick. So Molly and Emily and Michael and Marcus, they're like near the store, the library. What the fuck?
Yeah.
The library, but they don't see it. So I
feel like a reoccurring theme is that it's right in front of people's face and they just don't see it.
Exactly. And what I see, it probably not. It blended in with kind of the rest of the street. It looked like
it
looked like a centerpiece. I didn't know what that shit was. So I would have got lost. And this is when Luis and Michelle and Quentin and Maddie, they start looking for more directions. So they go into a whole computer lab.
Girl, a library? I don't know. It's like using this damn computer.
Luis gets on the computer. It's like, oh, type that in. What's that address? And oh, can you do direct?
I did not know they can do all of that. Like, they can really come on. They got step-by-step directions and printed the map out, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Did they pay for that? Like, is that just free?
I don't know.
Mind you, what the man was thinking, you come, he could be working on a really
hot, breathing on me, yelling. I'd be scared. Like, damn, if I could 4 people walking up to me. Imagine being sitting down on the computer and 4 people come busting in the room talking about some. Oh, let's use it. Can we use it? Could you look this up for us? I'd be like, damn, nigga. Anyway,
what?
Meanwhile, as the duos are duoing, La Mama and Glinda are Glinding.
Oh,
because they're on the road
alone.
They're like going in the right direction, they think, but they ask somebody in a truck, and the person in the truck's like, no, it's in that direction. And Glinda's like, oh yes, I knew we was going in the right direction. Let's keep going. So they're alone, trucking along, y'all. And it's like, they'll get it together. Hopefully. Ooh, hopefully. So Michael and Marcus and Emily and Molly, they find the detour first because even though Aubrey, David, and them thought they was them girls. They'll never be them girls for real. So we see that the detour is going to be either step by step or letter by letter. Step by step is you have to learn a traditional dance. It's a flirty dance, and I love to flirt, so I would have loved that. Or you can do letter by letter, and you have to memorize the Arabic alphabet.
All 28 letters.
All 28 letters, and read them aloud, pronounce them aloud correctly. Child,
and this is when I texted Farrell like, oh, we would have lost. Like, we definitely would have lost. This would have been it. Because
it's a non-elimination leg, so we would not have.
So it wouldn't have mattered. So we definitely wouldn't be out. We definitely be 45 minutes behind that last ass group. I mean, we just gotta beat them.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's just like, because I feel like, memorizing 28 Arabic letters or memorizing a dance.
I could memorize the pronunciation of things. I think I'm good at memorizing pronunciation when I see it visually. Always when I'm learning a language, when I was trying to learn Spanish, I will always tell people to write it down because I can pronounce the word I see, but Arabic isn't written in regular letters. So I guess that's
regular letters or just the American letters?
They're just not written in American letters. So English is the word. English. Well, wait, but Spanish letters aren't English letters, but they're what are those? What do you call those?
Spanish letters?
No, but like because Spanish uses A, B, C, D, E, and so does English. So it's like what do you categorize those types of letters as? Because it's not English because they use it in Spanish too.
You're right.
We moved. Anyways,
language, bitch.
Language, girl. So Michael LaMarcus they ask Emily Amati, they're like, what y'all gonna do? And Emily Amati is like, we're gonna do letter by letter because the girl leg broke. So who gonna be dancing? Not us. And Michael LaMarcus was like, okay, we'll do that too.
Period. Boom. Bad bitches link up.
Period. So they all go to do letter by letter. We see DX and Clur and Aubrey and David. They get to the detour or whatever, and Aubrey and David decide because they are literal
dancers.
Dancers. They decide to do the dance step by step, and DX and Clur look at them and they're like, "Well, we're gonna do letter by letter." It's funny because, like, they were linked up this whole time. They did everything.
I really assumed that, of course, the duo will sit together. It was very much, we're gonna go over here.
But like, if
y'all work it out,
I don't know for certain, but DX and Clur, they gotta have 4 left feet, because I've never seen them dance before, and their season they came off of from Big Brother 23. They always
definitely see them,
and neither of them are dancing. Like, I don't think they can dance. They're all tall, like
they know their strengths and weaknesses, and they're smart as hell. So I was like, memorization, let's go.
Yeah, and I think I could do the memorization. I think we would have ended up doing letter by letter.
Yeah, and honestly, I would just have to get it together. I mean, if we made it this far, we had made it this far, y'all. Y'all think we would have made it this far?
Comment below. Be serious. Real. I try to make up shit. Well, this leg, they fucked up.
It's like, how many rounds are we gonna be able to say it?
This is like non-elimination. Like, we would be here.
It's gonna be Final Four. Yeah, we still
Okay, so Quentin, Maddie, and Louisa Michelle, they still trying to find the bookstore or whatever, struggling.
Lost down.
And everyone got lost at this point, so I'm not too mad. And then we see LaMama and Glinda, they're looking for the bookstore, and LaMama and Glinda end up finding it before.
Solo dolo. No payola, no radio. None of that. No TikTok. None of that.
At this point, I was like, oh my God, LaMama and Glinda, maybe they can get their groove again. Because Stella could get her groove back. Because because they were struggling because they were put in the back by like a mistake. So I was like, since it was an even playing field this round, maybe now they can start eating these detours up and eating these roadblocks up again.
But we moved.
They choose step by step. I don't know why.
Well, they ate up the last dance challenge. You remember the one?
They did.
Was it in Germany?
Did. It was in Germany.
Mm-hmm. So they ate that one up. So they probably thought, and they got a little, they black people dancing. They ate that.
I will say they did look good on the first little dance. But my thing is, I think I don't know how the other players were thinking, but there's 3 teams on this show that are literal dancers. So for me, I would have been like, honestly, Lee, it's dumb for us to try to beat them at a dance competition. We could probably memorize the letters faster than they can memorize the dance. If that's our only chance to beat all of those teams, we're gonna get fucked. If we're
Because
there,
they really ate these dances up. Like, it was
I
insane.
don't think La Mama and Glitter thought that until they started showing up, and they were like, "Shit, these are all professional dancers.
Yeah,
We're dumb. We're not gonna finish before them," and they did not.
It's rigged.
So Quinn and Maddie and Luis and Michelle pull up, and of course, they all choose Step by Step also. So we see Michael and Marcus and Emily and Molly finally make it to the letter by letter detour location. So they pull up and they see they had them instructors. And one of their instructors was fine as fuck. Who was it? Molly and Emily's instructor? Shout out to you, girl. You was a paid actress. Real good. And so they had to start learning the letters. And honestly, starting off, we see Marcus and Michael struggling. So keep that in mind because that's where we started off. And then they jump back to them later. So we go to Aubrey and David, and they're pulling up to Step by Step. And at first, they're watching the dance. David looking fine as fuck. Y'all, David
as per usual.
David is beautiful. And this episode, I will say, we kind of been shading David and Aubrey for a long time. But this episode, I got to see a little bit more of their personality. So me personally, I kind of was like, oh, maybe they're not
they really only showed people like if they flopping horrendously or if they at the top tier of the pack. Yeah. Like, for the first time, they really, really high this time.
And it's like Aubrey gags Phil at the end of the episode. I'll tell y'all about it. It was kind of hilarious. So Aubrey, they start learning the dance a little bit, and Aubrey's like, usually in the dance challenges, I'm able to pick up some things from bachata, like something similar, something is reminds me of a move that I've already done. But with this dance, baby, it's no similarities. Like I'm basically learning I'm learning how to dance.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting to hear.
Oh my god!
I
ain't gonna lie. I was just saying. I thought, ooh, they gonna flop, and the mama gonna be.
Got too happy, girl.
They were setting up Aubrey.
Girl, you better go to She's happy.
But this was their redemption. This was their redemption era.
No, they ate. They did. Derek and Clara pull up to letter by letter. They pick their little letter teacher. I love the challenges where they have like a. What is it called? Teacher? Letter teacher.
It's definitely not teacher.
I love the challenges where they have a teacher because it's like you can talk to them, have a little fun, keep a little bit.
And then these teachers were really interactive. Like they were like, yeah,
they were
really good.
So Molly and Emily, they start picking up it very quickly because both of them were just so happy.
Raised in Jewish families.
Yeah,
they were separated at birth.
Girl, the way the world works.
But the thing is, they always have these little niche little specialties. Like, what do they do in their lifetime? Like,
Emily builds cars.
They do it all. They really do it all.
Do it all.
We love educated women.
Do it like it's your B-day, baby. Do it like it's your B-day. Okay. So, they're picking it up quickly because in Jewish families, they know Hebrew. And Molly says she knows Hebrew. Emily said, like, she knows the Hebrew alphabet at least. Something like that. So they're picking up the words kind of quickly. We see Michael and Marcus are not doing that.
Which I feel like definitely is just a plus in general, being able to understand a different language. Because, like, if you only speak English, it's like, what is this?
Any language. Because, like DX was even saying, like, Spanish would help you roll your R's if you know Spanish a little bit. So knowing any language will help in literally navigating, understanding maybe one word.
DX knows like a few different languages, and they didn't travel to any other countries where it matters.
They have not, not yet. I think they could get around a little bit more. So Michael and Marcus are struggling to pronounce some of the words, and this is when Marcus gets the idea that maybe he can remember the second half, and Michael can remember the first half because the first half has a lot of words that Marcus can't pronounce. And I didn't think this was allowed. Like
I literally have written down, is this legal? Like, can they do that? Like,
right?
And because he said he reread the note, the other clue, and it said, as a team, you have to memorize. To me, that reads, both you bitches together as a team have to memorize the whole thing. But clearly, I guess that's not what it meant. Clearly it's given very much these clues are subjective. Like if you have a little shortcut that you can take, like they'll allow it because
I want to know how much this is a lot. Like, does it have to be half and half? Because I think half and half still can be counted as a team.
Yeah, because the thing is, if they're able to do half and half, I understand that. But for example, like with that logic, well, I can just do 5 and then you can do the rest.
I was gonna say, like, can they just do you learn one or one person? But that's thing, one person can't just learn the whole thing because it's that as a team. So could it just be like you said, you learn 5 and then I do the rest? But I don't think so. I think because it was half and half, it was still a legal teamwork.
But that's the thing though. But I don't understand that because, and I'm kind of shooting ahead here because when you go to DX and Claire, the reason why DX and Claire were struggling is because DX couldn't roll his R's.
He should have thought out the box.
Listen, Claire could roll her R's. Mm-hmm. So by that logic of letting the brothers split, well, she did it. They got it. Is it because he's trying?
It's because he's trying to do it and he's talking. And the person who's judging is like, well, if he's trying to do it, he's not getting it right. I think I'm pretty sure if DX was like, you know what, you just learn the ones with the Ras and I'll learn the ones at the top because none of the ones at the top.
So could he have just shut, like, let's say he didn't even do it, but they have got it? Like if he did every other one but the R. Yeah, I'm just trying to say, I'm just saying
the
rules not clear. It's not clear.
You asking good questions.
The rules are not clear.
You're asking good questions. I think it's probably like, I feel like if they were to ask the producers that, the producers would be like, well, you chose to do it.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Like, bitch, give me some rules.
That's not what the detour said. You as a team have to learn it however you as a team decided to learn it.
Girl, I guess.
Honestly, I fully see what you're saying. It's making sense, but we move. We see Louisa Michelle and Quentin and Maddie make it, actually,
they're lost.
They're lost. And they don't make it anywhere. Well, they make it.
They make it to the pit stop. Phil not even there.
It's empty, y'all.
Phil in his trailer getting his lunch. I have never seen this. Like, bitch, how you find the pit stop unprovoked? No map, no nothing.
But that was pretty helpful.
It was, because it came back.
It came back. So they accidentally had the pit stop, and so they have to actually find the location where they need to learn their
I was dance.
And then we see La Mama and Glinda have made it to the location where they need to learn their dance. So it's like, okay! So La Mama and Glinda got to start learning their dance. Boom, we go out to Michael and Marcus, and they're going to try their first attempt at the alphabet. And as you remember, Michael's doing the first half, Marcus is doing the second half. So Michael gets through the entire first half, period. He's done.
Yeah,
Marcus
he ate that.
to go. When Marcus starts to go, he actually starts doing a good job. I'm like, ooh. And then he fucks up.
They're really good. Like, they be really good at these shit. Like, I feel like they always hit the ground running. And they fuck up a little bit, but they work it out real quick.
And do. Yeah. So they fucked up. They failed. They have to redo it. So they go back to the learning board. We see DX has a scene and he's struggling to roll his R.
Yeah.
DX does not know how to. And I met people who didn't know how to roll their R.
I don't know how to roll my R's.
I never understood it. It's so. It's your tongue. You're doing it.
Yeah, okay, I got it. I guess I am.
Yeah. Yeah, you good.
You see how I had to get it started like a motor, yo?
Yeah. Okay. Sound like it takes so much energy.
It do.
Okay. So Molly and Emily, they attempt their first thing, and they're going at the same time. They're saying every letter at the same time, and they're like, please take it slow, child. So they're saying their letters at the same time, and then they both fuck up on one of the letters. Yes, one of the letters. They have to go back and try again. So we see Michael and Marcus try their second attempt, and this time Michael the one who fucks up a letter. So it's like, damn, y'all need to really go back. So they go back again to test it out, and then we move to the scene, back to the dancing challenge. We see Louisa Michelle and Quentin and Maddie. They have finally made it to the dancing location, and they're all trying to get ready to have their teachers teach them to dance or whatever.
Yeah. And this one, Lumumba Clock's like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm. They notice they're here with 3 professional dance teams.
And it's like, what?
And they're like, damn, wait. And it's like everyone else. It's funny because everyone else chose letter by letter except the dancers.
But that's the thing. Glinda and Lumumba, I feel like they always be choosing the physical challenges. And it's like, I don't know if they maybe don't have confidence in the mental ones.
Yeah, maybe so. But come on now, baby. Like, cool. So Michael and Marcus, they take their third attempt at the alphabet, and Michael does the first part, We get to Marcus doing the second part. It's like, ooh, is you gonna get it? And what he does?
They
for
do.
Michael and
In
Marcus
first
eat
place. One thing about Michael and Marcus, they're gonna be in first place at least for most of the episodes.
for most of the episode. Like, get comfy, bitch. So they're in first place and they're headed to the motherfucking road.
The roadblock.
Which we'll get into. But first, they randomly flash to Derek X struggling. And as he's struggling, he's like in the face of the person trying to teach him the R's. And like he's face to face with, and they're like, he's like, and then
He's trying so hard.
Claire's like, here, drink some water. Drink some water. And I'm like, why is Claire telling him to drink some water? But later on, I realized why. But
His
then
mouth
we
just
get
starting to dry.
dry as hell. It's like, what are you doing? So then we get to what the roadblock is. So the roadblock is who's feeling broken hearted.
Mm-hmm.
Lee, are you feeling broken hearted?
You're definitely feeling broken hearted. You are a man. You see all the men was out there. Get your ass up out there. Okay, that's the exception. Your ass will be out there.
I would be.
Your ass will be out there. Just like your ass will be out there with Ducati, bitch. When it comes to building,
now,
you got it, Mr. Man.
Now Ducati, we might have lost.
Well, it would have been on you, and I would have went home blaming you.
Who went home on Ducati? No, Diamond.
It was a super leg. That was a super leg.
No, that was Diamond Rich went home. We wouldn't have went home.
Diamond Rich still went home. No shade.
Okay, so somebody needs to assemble a cart together. That's literally what it is. And it's a cart. And
bitch, Pharaoh would be doing that.
Bitch, they give you literal boards. They
give you slabs of wood.
Slabs. It looked like they just cut them off the tree child. Like, what is this shit?
Nails of different sizes, bitch.
Nails of different sizes. Random wires. And you just got to put it together. Girl. So,
and you ate it up. Didn't you say you put a tree house together?
I did build a tree house, y'all.
Period. So you love a man.
I think, and it was not a tree house you get out the box. You see the instructions. No, bitch. I got random planks of wood.
So you would have ate that up, sister.
Random blocks of wood.
You would have ate that up.
Tree with nails and a hammer.
So you would have ate that up, sister.
I was doing it right. And I remember I was like, I want to say I was in middle school, 11, 10, 12. And I fucking hammered my finger so hard that a whole piece of skin just ripped off.
Ew.
And it was like flapped open. And it was flapped open. It was bleeding.
Did we need to hear this? Trigger warning, blood.
And my roommate was like, damn, is you good? And I was like,
roommate? Middle school?
My current roommate.
Oh.
Who was there at the time.
Oh.
Was like, damn, is you good? And I was like, I'm gonna just go inside.
Oh, so you and your friend built the treehouse together?
Yeah.
That's so cute. I never had that type of experience.
They forgot my birthday.
We don't get into that, y'all. That's personal life, y'all. Back to this. Fred had his man ass out there doing the men's work. We love to see it.
David and Aubrey are going to attempt their dance. And David has a diary room, a confessional. This is kind of why I started liking them, because they started showing a little bit more of their personality. And David's like, oh my God, I'm so excited to do this dance. There's clearly so much heart in it. And I just can't wait to really represent it. And I was like, oh, you're so fine. Mm-hmm. You're so hot.
To be fair,
I didn't hear nothing he said.
I've always loved David.
He said a lot. And I just was just so enamored. He just has like the prettiest of face. Like, it's pretty.
And I know Aubrey knows that too. Like, Aubrey is so lucky. Like, she got a man. I hope Aubrey can fight.
Lucky woman. She can probably, honestly,
Aubrey probably can beat my, Aubrey would beat my ass. Like, I'm not even joking. She would beat my ass over David. And I would let her.
And David could beat my ass.
I would let both of them at the same time.
So Aubrey and David do their attempt and they fail. And the person who fails them is like, y'all just need a little bit more fluidity. Y'all need to be looking at each other's eyes. Y'all need to show flirtation.
And I love how she gives them corrections. It's like, come on, tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Tell me what the fuck I'm doing wrong. Because some of the girls, some of the judgers,
they just be like, no.
That would be me. Y'all, if I was a judge, y'all would be mad at me. I would see a speck of dust fly on your lip and I'd be like, Girl, y'all be mad at me. I'll be playing all y'all faces, and then the black team come up. You got it.
They
Mama and Glenda would have got it on their first attempt. It's funny because Mama and Glenda was like, damn, we fucking up. I'd be like, here you go. Okay. Luis and Michelle, they do their first attempt, and Michelle lets us know that Luis, she reminds us that Luis isn't actually a dancer. So he's
just a man.
He's just a man, a daddy. He basically has to learn how to dance, and Michelle is just learning a dance. So there's that. So when they try their first attempt, they fail immediately.
Luis messed up so quickly. I was like, Luis, no.
He basically was like, I don't know when to start. And it's like, damn.
No, but like honestly, I feel like if we tried to do the dance, we would have fucked up. Like quicker than that.
Yeah. Which is why we should not try to do this. You really think we can do? I have 3
no,
left feet.
I would have wanted to at first, but if you would have,
I cannot dance.
I don't dance in the park.
Mind you, he's a great dancer. Dances on all 3 movies, but we move. La Mama very well doing flips. I remember on the table. Anyways, La Mama and Glenda, they do their attempt, and I immediately like they just have so much rhythm.
They were eating.
They were exactly what she said that caused Aubrey and David not to get it. I thought La Mama and Glenda were doing that.
They were so energetic,
they were moving gracefully. And then they started messing up, and they knew they were messing up. So
they were like, we fuck it up.
And
it took a while for her to even call it though. Like, she was gonna let it slide a little bit.
Ago. But the curator was like, "See, look, it's giving no.
Y'all doing a lot.
Y'all doing a lot." So they don't get it. We flash to Michael and Marcus looking for the roadblock location, and they're lost.
And see, this is what always like. When they're able to take these leads, like I feel like that's when they really have the most control because they like last episode. I feel like their lead was so big it didn't matter if they took too long at a certain spot; they were going to be ahead. The fact that they get lost and then like this happened earlier too. They were in first, they got lost, they dropped to the bottom of the pack. That just scares me for them because it's like it just takes that one little moment to really just suck them up because they're great at everything else. Literally, just great at everything else.
Literally. And that navigation conflict. I'm scared. Because there's probably going to be other cities that are even harder to that. The one they really got lost in was Italy, and it's like y'all are now in Jordan. It's kind of smaller. You just are on.
They looked directly at where they needed to go and just kept going, and it's just like that scares me because it's like you don't have to have any room for mistakes no more.
So Molly and Emily, they do their second attempt at their alphabet, and they finally get it done. So they are in second place, eating it up as per. So they get their roadblock, and they're like, Molly has to do the cart because they don't know if they're gonna have to like, if the person who does the cart is gonna have to push the cart all the way to the finish, or what's gonna happen. So they're like, Molly, you need to just go ahead and do it. So she does because Emily's leg is broke. So DX and Claire are now the only ones still left at letter by letter.
Because DX is still trying to roll them damn R's.
And it's like, damn, it sucks because clearly they knew all the letters. They had it memorized at this point. But DX just couldn't roll his R. So
that was like, literally the last thing.
No, he's just there.
But my thing is, I was like, are they really going to just fail him because he can't roll the R how they wanted to? Girl, the answer is yes.
Correct. So he's still struggling to roll his R's. And here he go in the diary room. I mean, it was like every one of my birthdays, I would wake up on my birthday morning and I'd be like, I just need to learn to roll my R's today. And it's like, DX, you were so unserious.
Shut up. Like,
please be serious.
DX be saying anything.
Anything and everything. Oh, I wonder if, like, I'm sorry, I just had like a thought. I wonder if people listen to us and be like, why y'all calling him DX? Because, like, if you only watch The Amazing Race, you probably have no idea why the fuck we're calling him. But that's Derek.
You know, he doesn't even go by that. Like, he was just being called that in the house. Like, he goes by Derek.
Yeah, that's his name.
He will always be DX to me. It's really hard to refer to him anything else. Like,
it's also easy to type. It's easy to say.
Great to type. Great to say.
He's fine as fuck.
Just threw that in there.
So DX and Claire do their first attempt, and they get to the R letters, and Claire, I'm sorry. Claire is like saying them, and DX is kind of like trying to say them with her, but he's trying to like not say it too hard. So they do one of them, and he like does not roll his R at all.
Yeah.
And then they get to the next one, and then he does it again, and the person is like, "Okay, sir, I was trying to ignore it, but no, like please go back." It's like, damn. And I will say it would be okay if he could even like fake roll it. Okay, he can't even fake roll his
It's just
R.
raw.
It was nothing.
He was just growling.
So they're standing in. So they're standing in front of the man, and Claire gives him the water bottle. And this is when I learned why she's giving him the water bottle. She's like, "Gargle the water, sir." So they're in front of the man. Claire's holding him, handing him the water. He's pouring the water in front of his mouth and gargling the water in front of the man. And Claire
the man was even laughing at that.
Literally, Claire gonna look into the man like, he got it. It's like, please, y'all are hilarious. So Aubrey and David are doing their second attempt at the dance, and they boom, they get it.
Damn.
I know. I know. So they get it, and at this point, they're in third place. And they say that David, being the man he is, will be the one who will
the helicopter engineer
build
David.
this cart by hand, bitch. Oh my god. He could build something in front of my face, and I would sit there and pay him to do it. Like, I don't know. Louis. Luis and Michelle, they have their second attempt at the dance, and they get it. They get it.
Like, damn.
Because
no, they was the first one.
So it's just it's just Glenn and Lamama there, struggling. But Luis and Michelle are currently in fourth place at this point. And they decide that Luis, being the man he is, and Luis had his muscle shirt on. Let me shut up.
Oh my God! Please stop.
Michelle, if you're listening, you got a good one, girl.
She know her man fine. She know her man is fine.
I know that dick. Anyways, oh my God. Hey, I had to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. So, Luis is going to be doing the cart. Aubrey and David, Molly and Emily, and Michael and Marcus at this point are all looking for the location to the cart. They're all struggling. They're like, where is the roadblock at? They're all in different places, struggling to find it, asking for directions, don't know where to go. And then we see Luis and Michelle. They walk right up to it. It's like, not they ate y'all up.
Like, it's here.
It's right here. Right down the street. Like, damn.
Like, listening right in their face.
Last episode, Luis and Michelle, they got first place last leg. But this was a reset. They didn't even get the advantage of being in first place starting off. But hey, they're now currently.
See, when you're that girl, see, when you're mother and father.
And what I love about mother and father is that they're just so positive. And that's why
they are.
You really get good shit to you.
No, because they said last time they're going to be in first, and they're going to stay in first. And that's motherfucking period.
And it hasn't changed. I know that's right. So Luis and Michelle pull up to the cart first, so they have the kind of advantage. And Luis says he chooses the cart closest to the reference
example,
cart. Yeah. The example cart. And that was very smart of him. Honestly, Lee, if we would have got there first, I wouldn't have thought of that. My dumb ass. Would have been in the back.
Would have been walking.
Michael and Marcus.
As long as you know, you would have been the one doing it. I'm glad you know.
Oh, God. Michael and Marcus, right. Next roadblock is going to have a piece of paper that says, Lee must do this roadblock. And you're going to be like, oh, and it's going to be like, build a helicopter.
Well, I'll be copying
and
David.
We will be losing. Not copying Dave. So, Michael and Marcus pull up. So, they're in second place currently. And then Molly and Emily pull up. And they're in third place. And as they're all building, here go Luis. Shit, I hope Emily not the one building. Because
one thing about Emily, she's an engineer, okay?
She's gonna build some shit, bitch. She builds dollhouses. She builds Barbies. She builds bikes. She builds motorcycles.
Houses,
bitch. So they got lucky today. Today was their lucky fucking day.
Y'all lucky she was injured. Y'all lucky she was injured.
Mm-hmm. Hindsight 30/30, she could have just did it and they would have been out of there. But hey, they didn't know all of it.
But it's so funny because Luis is joking and kinky and gagging. Michelle had to tell him to focus.
Because he was like, y'all, his cart is in front of them. He's turned all the way around talking to them. Sir, get to work, please. So Derek X and Claire, they do their third attempt on the rolling the R's. And I will say, is he really rolling the R's? Quite literally, still barely. But he gets it done, and they have a diary room, and Claire's like, ooh, and now Derek can roll his R's. And so he rolls his R's, and she was like, ooh, I'm down. You're getting a little too cocky. And it's like, they're fucking hilarious. They're probably going to win. They get so many DRs.
Oh, my God.
They're in 5th place at this point. We flash to La Mama and Glinda, and they're on their second attempt at this point. They're on their second attempt at the dance, and they do not pass that attempt. Y'all.
I don't like the critique. Less bouncing. Should they be shamed for having rhythm?
They should be shamed.
I don't appreciate them being shamed for having rhythm. This is rhythm phobic, and I don't like it.
Okay, and this is proof.
How you get points off for bouncing?
Because the dance doesn't have bouncing in it.
He was just excited.
Yeah.
He was bouncing a lot.
He was. I think that helped him like remember the next step.
Yeah. Like he was on go. He was always ready to fight. Okay.
So Claire and DX pull up to the roadblock very quickly. Because if you recall, the other teams were struggling, but I will say it's easier because you see all these teams just out in the open doing it.
Now, why is Claire doing the building?
Oh, God. Here goes Michelle. Michelle is hilarious because DX sits down in his designated watcher spot. Michelle turns to him. Michelle is like, now why do you have her building? You got Claire building again? Why do you have Claire building again?
And then like, really, this redemption season. And it's like,
you got a lot of faith.
I don't know, but hey, you know she turned it out. She turned it out.
It's kind of smart to put like your weaker road blocker on this leg because you know for a fact you can't go home on this leg. Yeah, so it might have been smart. It might have been smarter.
And you know they're strategic queens and kings.
Yeah, maybe Lee,
queens and kings and kings.
Lee, maybe you should put it together.
No, you want us to be last?
I think we would be ahead of La Mama and Glinda.
If we could take the advantage of being earlier teams, it is getting down to the wire. If we leave last, we're staying last.
So Michelle, Quinn and Maddie, they do their first attempt at their dance, and on their first attempt, they get it done. They are professional dancers. I would expect so, though.
And NFL cheerleader has been training to learn steps and moves and tumbles and lumbles and. And Quentin was eating in his robe too. He was eating it up.
No, they ate it the fuck up. And Lee, y'all, no shade, but Lee messaged me. He was like, "Damn, they really ate up the dance this episode." And I was like, "I mean, I would eat up something I do every day too. I would eat up a podcast leg." No shade, but it's like
this is their profession.
It was definitely an advantage.
Is it Michelle? She danced with Pitbull. Aubrey on the dance studio.
A dance studio, and Quentin and Maddie were cheerleaders on a literal football professional NFL team.
I mean, hey.
Like I said, I would eat up a podcast.
You really just have your natural advantages, child, because who knew that Emily was a professional builder that could build a whole Ducati bike in 5 minutes?
And you know what? And that's kind of why, like, I kind of, not that I don't respect these teams. They're all cool. But I really like Claire and DX, Molly, Emily, and Michael and Marcus because, you know, none of these challenges have necessarily been something that has just been specifically something that they do in their professional life. And I like that they're still here eating it up. Ahead of the pack at that. So,
well, not this round, yeah.
Quentin and Maddie they're in 6th place, and Quentin is going to be the one who's going to be doing the building, as the man should. We see Michael, and Michael is not struggling, but he feels like it's very particular that he has to build this cart because in the instructions it said, make sure it's sturdy, bitch. So Michael feels like that he needs to go back to the example every 5 seconds. So he goes to the example every 5 seconds. So it's taking him a longer time to finish. We see Aubrey and David, they start looking for the roadblock. And you know them. One thing about Aubrey and David is they're going to get lost.
Why are they lost?
they're going to, and I will say 3 teams got lost looking for this. So I can't be too mad.
But it's just,
But damn.
Aubrey and David are perpetual losers.
Getting lost.
They stay getting lost.
They getting lost at every turn.
And even Michelle said it. Aubrey and David left before us, so they still not here yet.
Literally.
Child.
So La Mama and Glinda, we get a montage, y'all.
Attempt 3. Attempt 4.
Yep.
Attempt 5. And it's the same shit.
Yep.
Let's bounce. Don't bounce at all, bitch. Stop bouncing. And it's I'm like, why can't he bounce? Let him bounce.
So they get to attempt 8. And Glinda, 7, whatever. And Glinda is like, ooh, this is frustrating. We do not have the time.
Glinda was over it.
Time at all. And I understand because after attempt 7, I would be like, oh my God, like we need to get out of here. And every other team is gone. You don't know where Claire and DX and them who did the letter by letter is at. So it's like we're probably in last.
You've been here for hell long.
Yep. I would be so sad. So David and Aubrey finally find their way to the roadblock. But if you guys recall, David is a helicopter mechanic. And it's like, God damn. So you know his daddy fine ass will be getting this shit done like the man should, like a man. He looks so good building. Ooh, that thing. You engineer helicopters looking like that. Like you need to be on in a magazine. You need to be a model. You need to be on my TV screen, sir.
She is.
Dance? I don't know. Somewhere where I can give him my money. He needs a direct. He needs a direct way for people to send him money. Like David. Okay, listen, Molly, Michelle, Louise, Emily, David, and Aubrey. If anyone's listening, DM David. Tell him put his Cash App in his bio. I swear to God, he might get $100. Put his Cash App in his bio. I swear.
Why are you offering to pay a new man every podcast?
He might get $100 for me. Louise,
why
if you
are you offering?
I don't know if DX, any man.
Mind you, y'all, he don't want anything in return. He just wants to pay him. I
just want to give it to you. I do. Thank you as a thank you gift for gracing my screen. Goddamn. So, when the man, I'm dead ass too. Dead ass. Please DM him, please. Louise,
oh my God,
you are also an option.
Oh my
God. Queen and the Maddie.
These women are.
They finna block. They finna turn off the podcast and block her.
Oh my God.
Woo, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Woo. Okay, I'm good. We good, everybody? Lisa, shut up. Okay, Quinn and Maddie pull up. Quinn and Maddie pull up to the roadblock. So now everyone's at the roadblock but Glinda and Lumumba. And it's like, damn. So Glinda and Lumumba finally
get her done. They get her done.
Get that dance done. Glinda is crying. And she says that she feels like she's let Lumumba down. No, not here. But she's finna start feeling that way. She's crying and she has to do the cart. So she leaves. They have to find the roadblock. David is doing his cart and he's doing really good because, like I said, he's a mechanic.
A man.
A mechanic. But also a man. And he's having fun and shit. He's giggling, kiki-king. Oh, I do this all the time. And he's clearly about to get done faster than a lot of the other girls. And it's like, damn. So Claire, and once again, it's like, damn, there's these specific challenges that specific people can really just do because they do that for their profession. And I feel like that's kind of like where it's like, damn, like Claire don't do this for her perfection. So, I mean, she just was going to flop. And speaking of Claire over here with the pliers, y'all. twisting wires with the pliers. Talking about, now this is how you use a piece of pliers. And it's like, is it? And she says herself, is it? Like,
and Claire be just be so happy. She just be getting it done in her own little world.
She's just happy to be there. And that's worked so far. I mean, hey.
Hey.
Look. So, God damn. Glimmer and the Lumumba. Glinda and Lumumba. Nah, them names is too linked. Glinda and Lumumba finally make it to the roadblock. And I mean, luckily at this point, there's still other people there, but not for long. So Luis asks for a check. So he gets his check and he has a whole piece of wood flopping off. So,
not nailed down at all.
So he's like, oh shit. So he goes.
They ready to go.
Right. So he quickly, he says, don't leave, sir. He quickly nails it in, and then they get another check, and the person's like, sure, y'all can go ahead and go.
And it's like, retrospect, should he have let them go?
No, literally. I feel like he should have did a quick shake or something, just to make sure. So,
shake! Imagine he shake their cart and just fall apart.
No, because that cart was not secure. I don't know what Luis was doing, but he was not nailing in the nails. So as they leave, as they get it done, Clara's like, good for them. Wish that was me though. like, please, Clara. So Luis and Michelle, they have to put all their shit in the cart and they have to take their cart to Phil and then they will win. But very quickly we realize that Luis and Michelle's cart is not secure.
Not secure.
They're pushing it, boom, a wheel falls off. They haven't even left the
location. They're on the side
area. Yeah, the area right
the fucking shit.
Everyone can literally turn their neck and see them struggling,
having to put this back together.
Very, very embarrassing. I would be like, now how did we get a check again? So their whole shit falls apart because after the wheel falls off, the handle starts falling off. The handle that he barely.
Yeah, because they're like, okay, well, since the wheel is off, we're going to have to carry it. I'm like, y'all will carry it the whole way through. And when they try to lift it, it just keeps falling apart. So at this point, they have to rebuild their whole damn cart. So they're trying to rebuild their cart, and other people are starting to get done, of course. So David and Aubrey, they get a check, and David and Aubrey are done and on their way out. So as David and Aubrey are pulling out, Luis and Michelle are fixing up their cart, so now they can pull out. So those two teams are kind of pulling out at the same time. But Luis and Michelle, lost ass, have already seen the pit stop when they got lost. So they know exactly where to go. David and Aubrey do not. So Luis and Michelle, they push their cart up to Phil, and they end up getting first place. Back to back.
Make back stack. Period. Ate that shit up. And Luis, Phil is like, ooh, I see y'all here again. Like, we thought y'all was going to be reset and put y'all out.
They thought it was a fluke. The girls thought it was, no.
And Luis said just that. He was like, now, winning once, that could be an accident. But winning twice in a row,
that's a skill, babe.
We're the it girls. And I ain't even asked to be the shit girl. Don't call me sis because I'm not your sister. You really need to go and get your Mr. Seat. All the ops linked up in a picture.
Everybody look busted, injured.
Shout out to Meg Thee Stallion.
Queen mother.
So we go back to them putting up together the car. And Quentin's over here dancing. This man got his leg all the way out, grabbing pulls. I'm thinking, Quentin, what are you doing? Put this shit together.
We be having fun, child.
Meanwhile, Claire got grease on her face, grease on her hands. I'm thinking, where's the grease coming from? You're putting together wood with nails.
I didn't see any grease.
And DX is like, I don't know how she got grease on her face, but she got grease on her face. Like, I know she working. That's my girl. It's like, okay. Like, where did she get this shit from? I have no idea.
Working hard.
So Quentin and Maddie get done. They're in third place currently. And Claire and DX get done, and they're in fourth place. And Michael is starting to get frustrated because if you recall, Michael and Marcus were the second team here. Not far behind Luis and Michelle, but clearly Michael is very attentive to detail. And so that has been a
this one for the first time in a minute. They're not like at the top of the pack.
So back at Phil, second place is going to be David and Aubrey. They pull up, and Aubrey straight up calls Phil out. And she's like, yeah, Phil, I mean, every time we walk up, no, she said, I know we did good because every time we walk up, you have a frown on your face. It feels like a frown. And she's like, yeah, a frown. You have a frown on your face. You look mad. And he does. Like, she clocked the fuck out of him. And she's like, but this time you smiling that big smile. So I know we did good. And he's like, I'm happy to tell you, you are second place. And it's like, hey. And it's like, I will say I'm happy for them because they truly have been.
No, the leaderboard really got flopped on its ass this time. Like, girl.
It did. And it shows like and Phil says it later to Lumumba and Glinda. He's like, honestly, sure, you got last in a few legs, but there can be a leg where you end up getting first randomly. And it's like,
and
ooh,
it happens.
Clearly it happened. So Molly and Emily, they finally finished their cart and they head off. But Emily leg broke, so I was kind of worried for them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, and then right after they finished, Michael and Marcus finished. The siblings really be here with each other. They see each other.
Cosmically linked, I fear.
Cosmically linked. So on the way to Phil, to the pit stop, DX and Claire can see Quentin and Maddie. And they want to get ahead of them. I guess the idea is like maybe Aubrey and David haven't made it there just yet, because if we make it there, we can be in the first group to leave tomorrow. So they're trying to get ahead of them and they're trying to pick up the pace. And it's to a point where they're all up on their ass on their little hill. But it's such a tight space that you can't really get around nobody.
Yeah.
And you're carrying a big ass cart. So Quentin and Maddie ended up getting there in third place anyways, and so does DX and Claire. So that means the first group leaving on next episode is going to be Luis and Michelle and Aubrey and David. The second group leaving is going to be Quentin and Maddie, Derek and Claire.
Mm-hmm.
So
which gives people who I feel like Luis and Michelle, they earned their spot. They're top doggers now, main girls. But it's gonna be interesting for Aubrey and David and Quentin and Maddie, because I feel like those are teams who are they're usually towards the back of the pack, and this is a pretty good advantage for them. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they take it, because even though the brothers, the twins, and the newlyweds are in the lower groups, I feel like also are teams that fight and know what they're doing and know how to get past some of these challenges a little bit better. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the other teams do with their time.
And I feel like Molly and Emily and Marcus and Michael are also a little bit better at navigating.
They're gonna be on their ass real nasty.
Sometimes
it's gonna be real nasty.
It's gonna be a good episode.
We know for a fact the twins and the brothers not going home. And if they do, I'll have to talk to Phil personally.
Period. So we splash back and we see LaMama and Glenda still working. And this is when Glenda mentions she feels like she let LaMama down. And she starts getting sad and she starts trying to cry. And LaMama is like, no. He says, come here, because at this point they're the last ones there. They're clearly gonna get last place. But he says, come here real quick. She comes there, they're looking each other in the face. LaMama's like, you did not let me down. Like, you're not a failure. You do not need to be discouraged by this, because we're still here. We're still going to be able to keep fighting. You just need to get it done, and we'll get it done. And it's like,
we love a man. We love a supportive
king.
That was so
amazing.
Glenda loved him from LaMama. He really do. Wait.
Yes.
LaMama loves him from
Glenda. And Glenda loves her from LaMama.
Period.
That was very, very sweet. I love that. So we see that fifth place is Michael and Marcus. And they have overtook Molly and Emily on the way there. They ended up passing them, but Molly and Emily led a little rough. But it doesn't matter, because Molly and Emily and Michael and Marcus will be leaving in the third heat next episode. And finally, Glenda and LaMama end up making it to the pit stop, and they're going to be the last team to leave 45 minutes after the first team. And
that's really just setting my bitches up. But I have high hopes. They're going to France next week, so I'm really excited. I think a lot of the teams who were in those earlier groups, well, two of the teams who were in those earlier groups are just not that good at navigating. Ballroom and cheerleaders, no shade. So I feel like there's a chance for the brothers and the twins to definitely pass them up, because they're used to staying in the top half. And then I'm just hoping the newlyweds can get it together, because I don't want to see them get cut. I don't want to see them get cut. Can we go back to the day they were top 3?
And we just haven't been back in those days. Hopefully they can flip it around.
That mega leg really just fucked people up. People are still suffering from that mega leg, child.
Stressed. Child. So we'll see next week. Hopefully we can get a good outcome. I don't want the newlyweds to go, but child, we'll see. Make sure y'all tune in. Yesterday we did Survivor live coverages. Join us on Wednesdays. We go live and we cover Survivor right after the episode. Join us on Wednesdays.
And do.
And join us next week when we do the Amazing Race again. And then join us on Fridays when we cover the challenge 38, Ride or Dies. So join us for that. Stay tuned for us. We're still going to be around. Thank you so much. Comment, like, share, subscribe.